Good afternoon. First, I would like to thank the organizers for the kind invitation to be here today with you, and also to congratulate the organizers for the opportunity of having a debate in such an important topic. I think for us in the European Commission, and I'm at the moment principal advisor of the group of advisors of the President that is called BEPA, Bureau of European Policy Advisors. And I was there before, so I was in BEPA from 2005 to 2009. After I was in the European Parliament, and I'm back in BEPA. And I'm telling you that because it's related to what I'm going to talk about, how social innovation has evolved inside the European Commission. And this coincidence that we have just finished in BEPA to produce a report called Social Innovation, a Decade of Change. And this report, that the final part of the report, I have coordinated this report, we had the authorization to publish just yesterday, so we will be very soon in the BEPA website, and we are going to print it. This is, in my opinion, an interesting report, because we try to do the history of social innovation inside the European Commission, and also to try to see what happened to social innovation in general in the member states in the last 10 years. In certain ways, a legacy of President Barroso, 10 years for the area of social innovation. As was already mentioned here, we have started social innovation in the Commission, in the Barroso I Commission. We have organized, I was at that time in BEPA, coordinating the societal area, and through the influence of Diogo Vasconcelos and the Young Foundation that I thank, that have organized with us, we have organized, the first thing that we did was a workshop where we show different cases, and we explain in detail to President Barroso what was the social innovation. Following this workshop, he has written to the relevant commissioners, asking them to introduce social innovation in their portfolios. And it's very interesting that after that we have written the first report in BEPA that describes the early times of social innovation of 2009. The report after was published in 2010. And after, I was 5 years out of the Commission, and when I went back, and I'm now finalizing this report, I can see so many activities in many DGs. The amount of activities also in the member states is a real, a big change, and we have tried to report this change in our work. I also would like to welcome the initiative, the presentation of the strategy for the civic economy that is present here today, and the Social Innovation Fund that the Portuguese government is using European funds, so structural and investment funds, for social innovation. This is completely aligned with the European policies, one of the recommendations, both from the Commission and the Parliament, that social innovation is part of the areas that will be covered by the regional funds and the European Social Fund. So, in my opinion, social innovation is going to be a key subject in the next Commission. Our report, we have organized it in the sense, we have a theoretical part when we analyze the change in the last 10 years in terms of the players, how the players have changed, how the institutions have changed, and how the knowledge and the ideas have changed. So we have done a kind of literature survey about research and research projects in the area of research on social innovation. We also did, and this is an annex of the report, a survey of all the activities that are going on inside the European Commission on social innovation. And we can see that we have the core DGs that are working on social innovation, mainly the DGs that have a lot of funds, like the employment and social affairs, the DG Regio of the regional funds. Agriculture also has activities on the regional, on social innovation. Research and innovation that has many projects in the area, and we'll have more because the new program Horizon 2020 has is one of the priorities. All the societal challenge where social innovation is very important. And also DG Enterprise, that is very much in charge of entrepreneurship and has dealt a lot and has programs on social entrepreneurship and has run the prize that we have given by decision of President Barroso, the name of Diogo Vasconcelos. So we have an European prize for best research project in Europe or best project in general on social innovation. But what is interesting that is not only these core DGs that has worked, that have activities on social innovation. For example, DG Mark, so the internal market, and I should say Commissioner Barnier has put a lot of effort for creating the right framework for social innovation with a lot of legal initiatives like the Single Market Act and the Social Business Initiative, so that tries to create better conditions for social innovation. And also the sectorial DGs, we have programs and initiatives for social innovation in the climate change DG, in environment, in transports, on Sanco, DG Sanco that has health and consumers, humanitarian aid, development, so we could see, and we have listed all these activities, all these programs that exists already in the European Union, so in the European Commission. We also have then dedicated chapter to what is happening in the member states, and it's also very interesting to see a lot of activity, more in some countries than others, a lot in the Nordic countries and the Anglo-Saxonic, but all over Europe is starting initiatives on social innovation. But probably the most interesting part of the report is exactly the way forward. So we have, based on what has already been done, we have described what is still the Commission needs to do to help social innovation. And we have divided in three parts. First, to improve the governance. The second, focus on knowledge. And third, improve the business environment. So in the improvement of governance, we have a detailed description, but we call for a more permanent support for the role of the public sector, fostering the link with the social innovation and the private sector. On the knowledge, the need for new models to study better the role of ICT in the social innovation. The question from the research point of view of the measurement issues, the quantification is very important after to be applied in the improvement of the business environment, but one of the barriers to social innovation is that it's difficult to have indicators and quantification in the social. It's more difficult to have in the social area than it is in some of the technological areas. And that is very important if we want to create a framework, for example, in the financing world, that you have very good set of indicators that are generally accepted, and that is very important that the DG Research also looks at this, that after can be applied in the other part, that is the improve of the business environment. So the improve of the business environment, we have done a lot, as I said, with the Single Market Act and the Social Business Initiative, but we need to improve regulation. The access to finance is the biggest problem, as it is in general, not only to social innovation, but in social innovation in particular, and also plus the problem of not having reliable indicators. That is an extra barrier to the access to finance in social innovation. So we hope that you find that you have curiosity in reading our report and that you're finding interest. We did it mainly as a summary what we have, the Commission has done in the last 10 years, but also to give the way forward and the indications and advice to the next Commission. So we hope that both President-elect, President Juncker, and the Commissioners will take this subject and take our suggestions from BEPA to improve the conditions and to take social innovation forward. Thank you very much.